What's up, guys? I just wanted to make a quick video on why people usually fail in trading, and there's three things I want to get into, with the first one being very simple and then the next two more in depth. So with being a profitable day trader, I've been through it all. Okay, I've clearly, I've been there thinking, okay, when the fuck is this ever going to work? Am I even going to make this happen? Is it possible? I've been in the stages where I think I'm doing fucking well. I think I'm doing very well, but then I lose everything. And I've also been in the stages where, I'm almost ready to try freaking drop shipping. So all I can tell you right now is everything will be fine if you do things correctly. And there are millions of ways of doing these things correctly. You don't have to listen to a single guru, okay? You just have to be kind of right about what you're doing. And eventually this will all work out, okay? So with the first thing I'm going to talk about, okay, this is basically going to be entries. Now, your entries shouldn't be absolutely riddled with 5, 6, 7 confluences. You should have your main reason why you're going to go short or long. You should have some, key factors in why you're looking currently for an entry, 1 or 2, okay? And then your entry should be as simple as a retrace or a inverse fair value gap or just a break of structure on the 1 minute. Now, what I mean by this is, I will get this open for you guys. What I mean, and I'll do some chart work for you guys. And also, by the way, I teach all of this in my free trading playlist on YouTube. It's not a course whatsoever. I'm done selling stuff. I just want to help people. So you can basically watch me trade live on the charts and also learn completely from scratch on my YouTube for free. I'll link that right above here. But what I mean by this is, let's go back in the chart and let's say we want to place a... Let's say we want to place a short right here. So we want to place a short right here. Now, what happens is, let's say, boom, we broke structure on the 3 minute. Okay, and let's also say that, okay, when market opened, my bias was bearish. I wanted to go short. So now we have confirmation that we are going to go short, and we have some 3 minute order flow. Now, if you did not want to just place off of this 3 minute candle, what you could do if you want a little bit more of an entry is, instead of waiting for a retrace with a break of structure, you could simply just wait for I'm sorry guys, I keep swearing. You could just wait for a small retrace, and maybe you don't even need this to go all the way up here, but oh, boom, look at that. So, instead of placing all the way down here, we have a placement here. But just in case, let's make sure we can, get out of one of these zones. Yeah, see, now since we just had a small little retrace into this and we closed out of it, we can now target this 1 to 1.46. Boom. As you guys quickly saw, I made a trade here. There was no reason to wait for a break of structure after this retrace because we already broke on the 3 minute. So basically what I'm trying to say is, keep it simple, right? If you guys broke structure on a higher time frame, why would you break structure or need another break of structure on the 1 minute? Okay, very simple. Now, the more in-depth thing is going to be, as I was just talking about needing less confluences, how about you guys also only use useful confluences? And if confluences like a fair value gap are very small, honestly, heck with it, right? Get rid of that fair value gap, look for something else. Clearly, that fair value gap is not going to be useful. If you're, for example, quickly, I'll be faster on this one. If you have every single time frame open, and I mean every time frame, you have literally every single one, okay? There are only a few time frames that truly matter. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1, 4 hour. You don't need the 2 minute. You don't need perfect setups on the 4 minute. Just move around on these time frames and look for something on one of them. And if the 2 minute shows something, but the 5 minute doesn't, but you have a good reason to move down, but the 2 minutes showing you bearish order flow, well, then move down. You don't have to wait for a 5 minute fucking, break of structure. Okay. And also for a fair value gap, you don't need 3 fair value gaps to be filled. Okay. If we fill this one, trade down. Do you have to wait for this area, this bigger fair value gap, to get filled? No. Just because it looks bigger doesn't mean it's better. Okay. This one was perfect for this retrace. And what happened? We moved down. So basically what I'm trying to say is just use the useful confluences. Use the useful things. You don't need more than 3 things for an entry. Okay. You don't need all of these freaking things in your setup. You just want to use useful things. And finally, this one gets to a lot of people, but it's market analysis paralysis. It has been, in my brain even on Friday. Okay. I've dealt with this every once in a while for my whole trading career. But basically what this is when you are looking everywhere in the market for some like absolutely perfect setup. Okay. Let's say you have 5 minute order flow and a 1 minute entry, but oh God, you just want more. You just want the break of structure. Also, you just want another retrace. You just want price to be at this point or down to this point. You're doing too much. Do you think price really cares if any of those things even tend to happen? No. And by the time they might happen, you'll have missed your whole possible trade and you'll just not make money. This is going to stunt your profitability. It's going to stunt your growth. It's very emotional. It's a very emotional thing for you to do. So, quick little example, because I know some of you guys might be new and I'm here to help. We did not need to come up here. We did not need for price to break structure right down here. We already broke structure on the 3. We had a little bit extra of a retrace. We did not need to put our stop loss all the way up here. We didn't need to put our stop loss up here. We did not need to do all these extra things. Okay, and also if you guys need help with some of these smaller confluences, I teach them all in my playlist, like stop loss and everything like that. You guys just simply do not need a bunch of stuff. Okay, you don't need to look for the perfect 1 minute point for your take profit. No, just go to the 15, find a pretty good looking point there. Okay, for example, this point, that's what we targeted, and that's where we made our money on this hypothetical trade. Okay, so with that being said, what I want you all to do after this video is really just go into your strategy and see, okay, am I doing too much? Am I using too many things and getting less entries? Am I really, using useful things, or am I just using a bunch of small crap in the market? Okay. With that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm kind of running out of time here. That's why I've been checking the clock down here, but I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.